Welcome to Boozy Movies, where watching movies and making cocktails is what we do.
Perfect.
Today, we have reached 00 status. That's right, we're gonna be shaking and stirring our cocktails because we have 2 drinks for the movie James Bond, Casino Royale.
And it takes 2.
In Casino Royale, James Bond proves that the best way to stop international terrorism is by playing high-stakes poker with a guy who cries blood. Watch as James Bond saves the world one fling, one stare, and one overpriced and extra dirty martini at a time.
Our first cocktail is based on the chief of MI6, and that is M.
Christ, I miss the Cold War.
And our second cocktail is based off of a spoiler alert ending, Death in Venice.
I'm the money.
Before we shake things up with Venice, let's make a cocktail made for stirring, M.
What about a drink at my place?
Ingredients for M: Scotch, Ginger Liqueur, Lillet Blanc, and Saline.
In a mixing glass, combine 2 ounces of Scotch, 1 1/4 ounce of Ginger Liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce Lillet Blanc, and a dropper of Saline. Add ice and stir until chilled. Strain into a chilled highball with a sphere. And garnish with an expressed lemon peel over the top. And here we have M. Why don't you do the honors, my dear?
Okay.
Someone's in a hurry.
So this is a bit of a simpler cocktail for us. There's really only 3 ingredients plus the dropper of saline. We do have 2 very lovely full ounces of Scotch here
I believe in a reasonable rate of return.
because M is a big fan of Scotch. In the scenes she's in, she's drinking Scotch, so we felt like that was an important ingredient to have in M.
You've got a bloody cheek.
I kind of prefer it over like rye whiskey myself just because it's not as bitey, it's smoother.
Well, perhaps you just had a practice.
And then adding that ginger liqueur in here also just is really, really nice. I like it.
That slimy bugger.
Yeah, the ginger liqueur helps sweeten it up. It gives it just a little bit of sort of front palate spice.
Yes.
You're still getting a bit of, I think you notice like the kick from in the back of the palate, which is that ethanol spice that you get from high-spirited cocktails, which this is what it
100% is.
I would attribute that mostly actually to the Lillet. That's like bringing all of that up.
And that makes perfect sense.
We also used a Johnny Walker Black Scotch.
Yep.
That one has more of a smokiness, more of a petroleum kind of flavor.
You're not my type.
If you want to mute that a little bit more, Johnny Walker Red is a really great mixing scotch. There are a lot of scotches that I would not mix with. I would go ahead and mix with the Johnnies.
Why is it people who can't take advice always insist on giving it?
Because she is a little tough, she's a little rugged, kind of like this cocktail. She's strong, right, and bold. But you can tell, although she has a job to do, she does have a little bit of maybe a soft spot.
Utter one more syllable and I'll have you killed.
She gives him a little bit of a leash.
She's a bit of a mother hen, right? But the tough kind.
And I'm seriously considering feeding you to them.
So, time to move on to our second cocktail, which is the delicious Death in Venice.
But before we do that and put the whole mystery together, we'd like to stop you for 1 minute, remind you to hit that like button, that really helps us out, the subscribe, and if you haven't yet, turn on that alert bell because every single week we've got another movie and 2 delicious cocktails to go with it.
We certainly do. All right, time for a little Death in Venice.
All right.
We're gonna be using Italicus, peach schnapps, pine schnapps, dry vermouth, rosemary simple syrup, lemon juice, aquafaba, saline, and a lemon to peel.
In a shaker tin, combine 1½ ounces Italicus, 1/2 ounce peach schnapps, 1/2 ounce pine schnapps, 1/2 ounce dry vermouth, 1/4 ounce rosemary simple syrup, 1/2 ounce lemon juice, 1/2 ounce aquafaba, and a dropper of saline. Add ice, a spring, and more ice. Cover and shake for 30 seconds. Double strain into the coupe. And express a lemon peel over top. Here we have Death in Venice.
Apparently we're very much in love.
We have a lot of delicious flavors here. We are trying to go for kind of a Venice taste and feel. So we're going for like seaside, the wood, sweetness of Mediterranean fruits.
It's a very fresh and sort of delicate cocktail. I love all those flavors. You get the citrusy from the Italicus. The peach schnapps goes in there really, really nice.
I think your odds are improving, Mr. Bond.
And the pine schnapps is made from the Arolla berries.
The Arolla berries, that's
on
right.
the pine trees in the Alps. We could only find one brand, the Zierbenz. If you can find another brand, let us know. We'd love to try it.
I'm all ears.
It has a really nice reddish hue, which is a natural color from the Arolla pine berries.
I don't believe you.
And that's what gives it this beautiful sort of peachy, keen hue.
I need you looking fabulous.
No red 5 in this one, right?
No, just deliciously colored, and all of those flavors play really, really well together, and they're all brought together by one of our favorite spirits, Italicus.
Do I look like I give a damn?
We wanted a cocktail to represent sort of the end of the film, the love between Bond and Vesper.
I'm a little confused.
It's really, really strong, especially when you just won $100 million, over a poker game.
That doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't.
I'm afraid not.
He's basically phoning it in, emailing it in. He's calling it quits because he's found love and that's just what he wants to do. And they're starting it off in Venice.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
But speaking of Vesper, maybe bring that drink in, and we'll talk about the Vesper cocktail because I know a lot of people have asked us, especially when we talk about doing Bond, oh, are you gonna make the cocktail?
I have no idea.
So Vesper is actually the name of the cocktail that Bond puts out for them to make.
3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa lily, shake it over rice, and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
Yes, sir.
That is a fun drink, although a lot of hardcore martini drinkers will tell you that a martini was
Kick the vodka to the side.
gin.
Perhaps.
Yeah, Casino Royale is the first James Bond, and actually I think the first spirit mentioned in Casino Royale is actually a Campari drink.
Oh.
So maybe we should have done Campari.
You can do that.
Yeah, we teased it a little bit. We tried it, but we really
Love this.
liked the way this one came together. But what's great about these two drinks, especially if you're watching Casino Royale, it's a longer movie, and these are nice contrasting drinks. This one is very boozy, spirit forward. This one, you get a nice break from it, right? It's delicate, it's soft, it's very easy to drink. So it can be dangerous in that way as well.
It is, because it still has a fair amount of booze in it, although they are lighter on the ABV scale.
You've got a choice, you know.
Now, interesting thing is that James Bond has taken a turn in a lot of formats.
Yeah, we're getting new production company / distributor with Amazon. We have new director who's already been announced, Denis Villeneuve. A lot of people know him from Blade Runner and then most recently the Dune films. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of perspective and style he puts on the franchise. But we've yet to have a James Bond announced.
You don't think this is a very good plan, do you?
Yeah, and you recently sent me a Las Vegas stakes on who the new
There's odds out there. You can bet on this.
who the new Bond man is going to be. Why don't you really quick cap the headline?
So number 1 was Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now, a lot of people may know him. He had a smaller role in Bullet Train. He had a big starring role in a movie called Craven. I don't think that was very good. Not a lot of people went to it. Critics did not like it.
That's a shame.
But if you've seen it and you like it, let us know. What did you think of his performance beyond just the movie itself? Because I think that's really important.
Yeah.
But he's also in 28 Years Later. I think if Craven had done well and 28 Years Later, I think it would be a done deal. And other names that have been floated out there, Tom Holland is one. Harry Cavill is another. I hate to say it like this because he's probably way younger than we are, but he might be getting a little too old at this point.
I'm sorry.
And so you need someone probably in their late 20s to early 30s if you're gonna get 4 or 5 movies out of them, because that's kind of what you need to do.
I wouldn't dream of it.
When I think of Denis Villeneuve and his work, as well as when I think of Aaron Taylor Johnson, when I think of him, I loved him in Bullet Train, by the way. I could see him in that role, but I don't see him in a Denis Villeneuve.
Well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
That's what'll be interesting, is what kind of style is he gonna bring to this franchise? A lot of people most recently are going to know him again from Blade Runner and from the Dune films. But before that, he did do Sicario, which is a little more gritty, great action sequences. You know, it's not set off in the future. It's not set off in some alternate universe. We're kind of like present day.
Just because you've done something doesn't mean you have to keep doing it.
Well, on that note, we don't know what's going to happen with the Bond franchise. We don't know who the next Bond man is going to be. We don't know when the next movie is coming out. But we do know that we really enjoyed watching this movie. We really loved making cocktails specifically for it. And we're going to be back next week with 2 new cocktails and another movie. So on that note, we're going to cheers and finish these amazing cocktails.
All right, time to cry blood.
Cheers.
See you next week.